Hey, welcome back to another episode of Beards and Gears, everybody. This episode is going to be a little different. I've already worked on the car. It's just a 30-minute job. It's just the removal of a brake booster. So I removed my e30 brake booster. Just to show you guys what you need to do. This is going to look like a mess because the wiring harness is a mess, but that's going to be fixed hopefully this week. So you have to remove the brake booster. In order to do that, always make sure, like I had to take off the intake manifold, which is right here, and just know that every time you take off anytime you take off a manifold, these are my injectors. Anytime you take off a manifold, you want to make sure that you cover the ports, the intake ports, so that no gunk gets in there, no junk, and clogs up anything or breaks anything or a bolt drops in there. So essentially what you got to do is I'll show you right now. You got to take off all 4 bolts, and then here this is like a little pin that attaches the brake pedal into the brake booster end. So taking off a brake booster is pretty straightforward. This end has the pin in it. You're gonna want to take that off. Once you take that off, you unbolt all 4 bolts, and once all 4 bolts are unbolted, you pull the brake booster out. I ended up taking off the master cylinder because I thought I'd be able to take out the booster without taking off the manifold, but that never happened. You don't have to do this part. If you take off the manifold, you don't got to take off the master cylinder, but just make sure you detach the brake lines. So now we have this. This end is smaller than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to weld this. I don't want to do a botched job. I'm going to take it to a place called Full-Time Fabrications. It's in North Bergen. And I'm going to hand it over to this guy over there, Kevin. I was recommended him. I was given a recommendation for him. I'm gonna go try him out, see how he is. I've seen his work on Instagram. The dude builds full-blown race cars. So I'm going to see how this goes, and you guys are gonna go on that journey with me. It's the next day. What was about 24 hours for me was probably about like 30 seconds for you. I'm on my way back to Full-Time Fab. Gonna go pick up my brake booster. The guy Kevin banged it out. So I will see you guys when I'm there. So I'm stuck in a little bit of traffic right now on my way to Full-Time Fab. Oh man, it's bad today. Let me just let you guys catch a glimpse of that. That is just good old stop and go. If you ever come visit Jersey, like for anybody that watches this that's out of state, don't go on just avoid Route 3 from like 9 in the morning, Route 46. Just avoid it from like 9 in the morning to like 8 at night. Just those about 12 hours of the day. Don't go on here unless you absolutely have to. Avoid it at all costs. This is the most annoying highway in North Jersey. They are doing a lot of construction here though, so I guess we just gotta stick with it. Alright everybody, so what ended up happening there was like I was gonna kind of like record the stop and go traffic and then like fast forward it so you guys can see how bad it was, but I noticed it was like especially bad when the traffic was just at a complete standstill. Then I saw an ambulance, so I just decided to stop recording because I didn't want to pass by a car accident and then get those people on film. But I did pass it. I did get past the car wreck, and it seems like it was just like I think it looked like a three car pileup. The cars were all pulled to the side of the road. 2 of them were gone, and the one that was there seems like the one that was wedged in the middle because the front and the rear were messed up. But thankfully, the owner of the car was out of that car, and I didn't see anybody get all the way in the ambulance. So it seemed like everybody was fine. There was just a lot of cop cars there. There's a lot of construction going on there, so it might have just been protocol, but thankfully everybody's all right. I did not want to get that on video. That's something I prefer not to record, is people potentially being hurt. So keep watching. Alright, so I'm pulling up to this spot now. There's a bit of construction along the roads. I gotta see what I'm gonna do, because the roads and the entrances seem to be closed. And yeah, the road's closed for construction. I gotta see if I can talk to these guys, get my car through. And yeah, that would be great if I can. Alright, so the lot that I ended up pulling in was fine, but except for the fact that every single parking spot was a reserved parking spot, but I've made it. So now I get to check out what happened with, not what happened, now I get to go pick up my brake booster. So I'm gonna turn this camera around to show you guys. This place is nothing fancy. It's like, it's literally behind this warehouse. But, I mean, like, what they got, what they do over here is absolutely like, it's full-blown race car stuff. They got crazy Civics and Mustangs and all types of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, you can see like they do pretty much everything over here. Got that lime green Mustang up on the lift. RSX, this crazy ass Civic, another Civic, a CRX, another Civic under there. And then you got a dog. This crazy contraption. So here's what he did. Honestly, that is some clean ass weld, and that's what came up. So if you want to do this swap, this is what you have to do, or you got to grind this down and thread it. but I decided to go with the weld, and I would never get a weld that clean. So now I'm just waiting for the guy to come out so that I can pay him, pick up my stuff, and leave. Alright, so kindly enough, he allowed me to videotape and take some photos of what's going on over here. I mean, like, I'm really, like, into this build. This just looks absolutely insane. You can tell these guys really know what they're doing. Nice RSX. Turbo setup is sick. Look at all those pie cuts. My goodness. So they put a nice roll cage. I might come over here. I'm probably gonna end up coming over here to get my roll cage done, but we'll see in the future once I actually get it driving. But look at that. Absolutely sick. Alright guys, so I just walked out of Full-Time Fab. Shout out to them, the dude's really cool. His name's Kevin. He knows what he's talking about. I was surprised. It's a good thing I did not do this with the MIG welder, because him and I were talking about it, and I told him I didn't trust myself with the MIG welder that I have at home, besides for like exhaust applications, thicker metals, plus it's not a gas MIG welder, so splatter everywhere, I know I'm gonna mess it up. And he even told me, like, when he did this, and you can tell it's been done in sections. When he did this, just look at how clean that is. When he did that, it was like he had to do it section, and then let it cool down. He had to do a little bit and then let it cool down, because inside of the actual brake booster, this isn't just like a giant empty vacuum. It's actually there's actually a rubber plunger in there, and there's some springs. So like if that rod gets too hot and you melt that rubber plunger, the brake booster's trashed. So it was well worth it. Really well worth it. The rate, I feel like, wasn't too bad. He didn't charge me an arm and a leg to do it. I really feel like the guy knew what he was doing, and especially the fact that this was like a sensitive kind of component, and it took him maybe, I think, like 2-3 hours to actually get it done. It wasn't bad, to be honest with you. But yeah guys, you will see me, the next time you see me is when I go to install this thing. Alright guys, so we are back. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna bang this out. I'm not in a bad mood right now. If I was in a bad mood, I wouldn't be doing this, but I'm not, so I am gonna do it. Let me get some light so that I can show you exactly what's gonna be going on here. Alright, so I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on over here. So these are bubble flares, and when I saw this, on the forums, there's very little information on this. They didn't really mention the fact that, at least from when I was looking, it's really almost impossible to find like a bubble flare fitting. All the fittings are inverted to bubble, or inverted. There's no bubble to bubble. So what I ended up having to buy, this, which is a inverted, if I can get it to focus. Well, this is an inverted, line. No, I'm sorry, yeah, it's an inverted hose. I'm sorry, focus got me all messed up. And what was throwing me off was this. This is a union joint. And the thing is, it's a female to female, it's an M10 to M10. But the problem is they don't make a bubble to bubble. So they only have an inverted to inverted, and then on top, well, they do have a bubble to bubble. This just shows you how confused I am today. I spent 4 hours trying to figure this out. this adapter, this M10 to M12 adapter, that is going to go from the line to the new master cylinder and booster, that only comes in from an inverted to a bubble. So the female side, which the line goes into, is an inverted, and the male side is a bubble. That's great because the bubble is what the master cylinder accepts, but the problem is there's no inverted to bubble line. You got to custom make that stuff. So what I'm doing here now is I'm about to cut this. About to cut that line right there. And I'm going to make that into an inverted flare using a kit, so that I can use this line in order to use this fitting. So this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm ready to do it. So this has been a long day. What's up, guys? So here's what happened basically with the car. I went to go do the line, and when I went to go put it in the vice grip, because I did this off camera to make the inverted flare, the line ended up, so I'm pretty aggravated right now. The line bent, and it bent at a point where, like, if I cut it, like, it's game over. Like, I can't cut it after that and redo the line, redo the flare. So what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna wrap this video up. I know I'm leaving you guys on like a cliffhanger, but essentially tomorrow I'm going to buy new lines. I'm gonna buy a new line, a big line, probably like 25 to 30 inches. And I'm gonna do it again, but with some help. I'm not gonna do it on my own because my hand hurts. My back is killing me right now. I got so aggravated off camera. I was hooting and hollering and shouting and threw my glasses in the lawn at night. And it took me like 10 minutes to find. And it's been a very long day. I guess, you know, like, not I guess, these things happen for a reason. It's out of our control. It's out of my control. So I tried. It was literally like one twitch. I twitched a little bit, and then the line just bent and couldn't do it anymore. So I'm tired. I'm very exhausted. The car's, I'm at wits with it. I'm very agitated right now. But it is what it is. I have no control over something like this, and I just got to take care of it at a later date. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. Stay tuned for the next video. The next video will be of the line getting installed and the new wiring harness getting put on, and the manifold getting put back on, and the car should be starting up soon. So that will all be in the next video or the next two videos. So stay tuned, keep watching, and thank you guys for being patient. Take care. Peace.
I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me reason. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me